Mohib Thomas, and I'm an active member of NAYGN. I am joined today with Nate Bennett. He and I will be discussing the energy market that nuclear is competing in, which Bobby touched on in part 3. So we will have Nate start off for us.
Nate Bennett. The major challenge that Pilgrim and FitzPatrick faced was the ability to compete in the wholesale electricity market. Unlike regulated plants, such as those in the southeastern U.S., plants in deregulated markets, like those in New York and Massachusetts, must be able to cover their costs through competition in the wholesale markets. Here, nuclear must compete head-to-head with other generation sources, most notably natural gas and renewables. Natural gas has become the price maker in places like the Northeast, so as natural gas prices have fallen to record lows, so too have wholesale electricity prices. Furthermore, renewables receive additional incentives in the form of federal tax credits and state renewable portfolio standards due to their environmental benefits. Nuclear receives no such recognition in the marketplace for the environmental or the reliability benefits it provides, which is a challenge not only for Pilgrim and FitzPatrick, but for dozens of nuclear units across the country.
Mohib Thomas. As Nate mentioned, FitzPatrick, Pilgrim, and many other nuclear power sites are experiencing financial strain, primarily due to the energy market structure that they're competing in. And just to expand on that a little bit, categories such as dependability and emission-free production are not accounted for in energy costs in a deregulated market, and nuclear excels in both those categories. For example, a nuclear-generated baseload is equally consistent in, say, a polar vortex as it is on a calm summer day, whereas it's not uncommon for a coal or natural gas plant to go into an outage during an extreme cold event. And obviously, something like a wind turbine won't be very effective on a calm day if there's no wind. So when these aren't factored or taken into account in the market, that tends to put nuclear at a disadvantage as an industry. And another recent event that had a huge impact, at least on FitzPatrick, was the temporary decrease in energy costs, primarily due to shale gas fracking in Pennsylvania and New York in what's known as the Marcellus Shale Formation. And the Marcellus Shale Formation has actually been an excellent source of natural gas and employment. It's created a lot of jobs. However, it's really only a temporary fix because, yes, it's allowed for a reduced cost in energy. However, fracking sites tend to be short-term endeavors due to the rapid depletion of oil wells when mining is at its peak. So our goal is not really to manage or treat a problem, but rather to provide a long-term sustainable solution. And the energy source for nuclear plants can serve as that solution because the depletion of enriched uranium as nuclear fuel is not really a concern. I mean, we've essentially tapped into the single most concentrated form of energy on Earth and used it for the benefit of society. So it's not really in anybody's best interest when nuclear plants are shut down because it's essentially sacrificing a long-term energy investment for a temporary price reduction. And temporary solutions often become permanent problems. And the objective here is to never lose touch of the permanent solution in the first place.